Hey guys, it's Ross again. So today I'm making some post-apocalyptic bridges, some walkways, gantries, things like that. So we love our post-apocalyptic games. So from, I don't know, let's say Outlands, which is a great game I hear. Yeah, that's right, Outlands is our baby. We love it. It's influenced on got our influences from like Mad Max, Borderlands, things like that. So it's not just miniature games that we like that are war-torn, far future kind of stuff. We like computer games as well, and that kind of stuff has influenced us to make the game. So, usual thing from me, household products. I like to make my stuff pretty dirt cheap. It's war-torn, it's post-apocalyptic, it's supposed to look beaten and knackered, so why not? So I have a bit of a bits box with corrugated cardboard, which you can get already stripped one side. It doesn't matter about the colour, you're obviously painting over it. So I think this is like £1 a sheet, and they're big sheets when I get them. Or you can just get a bit of cardboard from anything, cardboard packaging, corrugated wise. Strip off one side. This is me just cheating a little bit, but still relatively inexpensive. So my basic walkway, I'm going to be using some old MDF sprue, but you can use plastic sprue, you can use lollipop sticks, whatever you want as the basic frame. You're not going to see most of it anyway. I like me a bit of mesh, so this stuff, if you can see, it's going to be quite difficult to see I think. This stuff is I'm a mechanic. I did not steal this in any possible way from our garage, but hey ho. From body shop stuff, it's really easy to bend. You could use old busted speakers if you like, the mesh and speakers, it's brilliant. There's an old sieve maybe, anything you've got lying around will look pretty cool. This stuff, they're called granny grading, from Hobby Store. Looks pretty cool, meshy walkway related stuff. It's pretty flexible. It's great stuff. If you did want to spend a little bit of money, this is not terribly expensive, but this is zoom. This is hatching. Like you get cattle trailer kind of plate, things like that. That'll be quite industrial, pretty cool. Put some of that on there. So mess around, do whatever you like, but this is how I make mine. So I get myself a chopping board, just a hobby board so I don't cut through the table, something nice to lean against. So what I'm thinking with this is, that looks quite nice there, that looks quite nice there. I'm just going to make two little bits into a walkway. It might be a little bit short, so instead I'm just going to cut here, and here, make it a little bit longer. I'll come back in a minute, so you won't see the blood spray everywhere where I slip and gouge bits out of my hands. Back in a sec. Okay, once you cut your basic frame, so you can use, like I said, stir sticks, bits of sprue, whatever you want. Thought it kind of looks a bit futuristic sci-fi. You just cut little bits out like these, corrugated cardboard. Just going to stick a couple of these bits on with wonderful places. So I want me a bit like that in the centre. I've just cut a couple notches out. So it doesn't have to be anything too special. Just stick it randomly wherever you like. So I'm going to stick it a little bit on the slant, just a little bit off like that. Nice crinkly bit here. The body shop stuff. So this stuff's really soft and easy to manipulate. Sure, you can get in other places other than Halfords or suppliers like that. Yeah, you just put it however you want. So I think I'm going to stick a little bit like that on there. pretty good. So I've got a bit of a gap, so models can still stand over it. Not going to be a problem. So I've got a bit of super glue there, I think. There we go. Go super glue, careful not to get any fingers. A bit of a slant as well. It doesn't have to be perfect. The scissor tip rather than actually touching it's probably a good idea, right? Right, so while that's drying, you can also use stir sticks. So from all good coffee shops, liberate them. So obviously it won't cost a lot. And now we're going to have an international shortage of Costa stir sticks on me. But if you watch any of my other videos or follow us at all, seen any of the blogs, I use this stuff for loads of other products. I made outhouses because Outlands is a sci-fi spaghetti western, so I made an outhouse like you get in Shrek with Costa stir sticks. I've made pallets, I've made ammunition crates. I use this stuff for loads. So let's cut the tip off. And I'm going to cut a couple random length pallets. So wooden pallets. Losing one down the back of the table. There we go. Alright, so just a couple like that would be pretty cool, huh? One more I think should do the trick. Something like that looks pretty cool. Alright, okay, that's where I want it. I'm going to stick probably another corrugated section on. Some stage as well. I'm going to make a hole in that actually as well. Make it look pretty beaten so it's curved nicely. So I'm just going to make a ripped apart hole. Force it inwards a little bit with the knife. Pretty beaten there, doesn't it? Let's make it more beaten. Yeah. Doesn't look bad. I'll start sticking these bad boys on. Right. Dab here and there. See if I can't get it on my hands for once, eh? So it doesn't matter really what it looks like, as long as models don't fall down the hole. For your little walkway. Yeah, a bit of an angle. Looks good to me. Tiny little dot there now. So that's basically the gist of it. Do I want another little bit there? Yeah, I'll stick a bit at the top, I think. But yeah, you can do whatever you like. And I'll wait until the glue's dry, I'll prime it up and show you how I paint these things. So you can use nice rustic colours, silvers, go crazy with some of the colours. Like I could do fluorescent colours so it makes it nice and eye-catching. I mean, in my opinion, it's post-apocalyptic. I mean, it's sci-fi. Go crazy, you know, if you want some fluorescent pinks and oranges, why not? Make it eye-catching if you want. I like it dirty and rusted, so I'll be back in a sec. Once it's all dry, I'll show you how I prime it up. Okay, so I'm just going to prime this up now because there's a few interesting textures like this that may not respond overly well to paint. So I'm just using a little bit of airbrush primer. I mean, you can use a rattle can if you like. So rattle can primer, not a problem. Basically, I'm just putting something on there just to seal a few of these things. Like I said, it doesn't have to be neat. and that's dry, I will do underneath. Okay, so I've mixed a few random colours in there. I didn't want to be too plain and boring and just do brown, but I mean, obviously you can just use a normal brush, airbrush. Obviously it's just for speed. So it doesn't have to be neat. Getting all the nooks and crannies. Obviously, if you are using an airbrush, get into the recess first. Pretty cool. Right, okay, I think that's the majority of it. Come back when it's dry. Okay, so I've gone a little bit brighter, brown, with a little hint of green for the panels. Okay, I'll pick a random khaki colour for the corrugated, I think. Second thoughts, khaki's probably a bit too boring. Let's go crazy. Let's go a little bit of random blue. So the darker colour underneath it shouldn't be too bright. I don't want to make it too perfect blue. Because I'm going to chip the hell out of it and make it nice and weathered. I might do a little bit here and there to make it a bit brighter. I'm gonna use that. It looks a bit more like a colour that copper goes when it oxidizes. Right, okay, that's a bit of a random weird colour. I'm going to go with that. I was thinking even maybe doing hazard striping on the check plate, just so it's a bit brighter, a bit more eye-catching, and then dry brush the mesh there, so it stands up a bit more. Right, come back when it dries. So I fancy doing a bit of hazard striping on that check plate, just to add a bit of extra colour. So I'm going to go with some GW, I think it's Euro Yellow. So, always best if you go check plate indigo yellow first. So I'm just going to add some stripes. Alright. Doesn't matter if I go over the mesh in a minute because I'm obviously going to paint that last. This is just to add a few extra colours. You can do whatever you like with your piece of scenery. Just thought it'd be fun to add a little bit of something. I could paint it all rusty colours, nice and oranges and things like that. I thought I would be a bit different for once. And it doesn't have to be perfect, remember. This is post-apocalyptic or whatever you want it to be. It could be pretty cool for a zombie game, I suppose. Gantry or walkway. Might hit the yellow a bit again because, as you probably know, yellow is a bit of a pain to colour. But I particularly don't want, I want it bright, but not too new looking, so I'm going to have to weather this up I think in a minute as well. Then again I'm going to weather the whole thing up. It's not really a problem. I mean, you can paint a bit at a time if you rather. Make life easier for yourself. A little bit of GW black. It might be quicker if I masked it up and airbrushed it individually. But I was just kind of going with it, I didn't know what I was going to do at the time. Nice to make it random sometimes. Nice that that mesh is soft, isn't it? Just bend it out of the way. Bend it back down again. Reasonably happy with that. Like I said, it doesn't have to be too perfect. Once again, wait until it dries. And I think I might hit these planks, make them stand out a bit more, so they kind of fade into the background at the moment, don't they? Okay, I'm just going to dry brush these. A bit of a fleshy tone, see if they stand out a bit more. Because it's funny, wood's not very often brown. I mean, you think it may be until you study it a bit more. I'm going to hit the centre a bit harder as well, because that's the part most travelled. Stick out a bit more. So for a dry brush, I like to use makeup brushes. So nothing special, nice and rough. Going against the grain of the stir sticks. Stands out a little bit more, doesn't it? Not too shabby, not too shabby. Okay. Next, I think I will dry brush the mesh and then add some weathering on the other parts. To make that hazard stripe pop a bit more, I'm going to use a shaking my pot yellow ink, old school GW yellow ink. Amaze it's still alive. To make the yellow stand out a little bit more. Okay. Might make one of those wooden planks a slightly different colour. Just then purely it doesn't look too uniform. So I've gone with a slightly different colour for one plank. Dry brush it. I'm aiming for more of a like a silver birch kind of colour. Something like that. It stands out a little bit more differently. Okay, so then we said we're going to dry brush this area here. So I'm going to do a little bit of lead belcher. As much out on the brush as I can, and just drag it over the mesh. Now I don't want it too clean. I want it to make it a little bit rusted, like the part underneath. Should paint that bit there really as well. I don't think anyone's going to see underneath, but I will paint the check plate up as well. Right. Back in a sec when it's all dry. Okay, so a bit of a fun bit, weathering. So I like to use a bit of the old typhus corrosion. Focus, 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 focus. Yeah. So I'll get a little bit on your brush. You don't want to put it on a decent brush because this is quite gritty stuff. So anywhere where I think it's been damaged, definitely there, and there, nice and rough. Too neat. do smack around in other places. Now, just wait till this stuff dries really. Then dry brush a little bit of the old riser rust on there as well. Now you might put a little bit on the mesh as well. Alright, come back when it dries. Okay, so got a little bit of this riser rust. Just going to dab it on a few little places. Too much on the brush. Get it nice and dry. Try hitting the center of the typhus corrosion. And do a little bit on the mesh. Just like that. That's not too bad, but I do notice the check plate's looking too shiny. So what I'll do is do a few little dots of chipping around the outside. You could always use a sponge to give the illusion, but it's not bad. Just dab it a little bit. So it doesn't look so obvious. And when that's dry, I'm probably going to hit it, because it's quite shiny with the ink, a matte varnish. I'm going to try the old sponge technique, so a little bit of sponge from packing. Just grab a little bit from the paint pot. Dab. Yeah. Hit that a bit harder, I think. Not crazy, but that'll do. So I've put matte varnish on the check plate. Melt. And that's just a rough piece I've knocked up in about 20 minutes at the very most. So you can batch a few of these, nice and rough. Post-apocalyptic bridges, little gantries, little walkways, used for Outlands, Necromunda, any zombie games, or just just a bit of fun, So caustic stir sticks. You can use bits of sprue, lollipop sticks, anything lying over the house. So imagine a post-apocalyptic world. They could use anything to walk over. They can use wheelie bins, bits of panels of all sorts, a plain wing. It's only limited by your imagination. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Ross.